Hey everybody, welcome back. We made it to week 1. This couch is an old couch.
We're not keeping it.
It is not comfortable.
At all.
Old couches are usually comfortable, but this one feels like you're sitting on bars.
Yeah.
So, in 1 week's time, what have we done?
We've taken 8 truckloads to the dump. We cleaned out the greenhouse while you took down the shed.
We have 3 old sheds that we are salvaging the barn wood. So I'm taking every nail off of the outside and the inside to try to repurpose the wood. Some of it we are going to keep. Some of it we're going to sell, most of it most likely, but we're trying to be as gentle as possible with it. So we're trying to keep anything that has any sign of age. So there's siding, there's the structure, which is 2x4, 2x6.
It's really pretty.
It does look really good. Our kids have a new bedtime, and that is when we are done. Their bedtime was at 8:30 pretty much consistently, and now it's more like 11.
I was saying
It's terrible.
10:30, 11. But
the little boy is falling asleep in the truck. He's falling asleep in the backhoe while I've been demolishing the root cellar. And
we leave here 9:30, 10, and then we have to take a bath because this place is filthy. And then by the time they get to bed, it's 11. We're a little tired, but we're doing pretty good. We're just cleaning things out left and right. So we cleaned out the pantry and the linen closet, and then today we just finished cleaning out the downstairs food pantry.
So Brindley's bedroom, it looked like it didn't have very much in it, but we got one of the dumpsters completely full, and there's still clothing in that room. Most of the stuff was piled clothes, and it was
about
there
3 feet deep.
long enough that there were
Mouse nests.
and the mice had they had hoarded wheat inside there from
other rooms.
From the basement. There's a lot of wheat outside, so maybe they drug it inside.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, so that's our progress for this week. Hopefully next week we can get the dumpsters completely filled again. They're being picked up on Thursday. And get the sheds, the other 2 taken down. Oh, and we have a giant crater in our backyard. Anthony tore the fruit cellar apart, and it's a massive hole. How wide is it?
So there was a root cellar with a wood roof section
and stone walls,
and then there was another that was cinder block walled and concrete top. So it looked like a cement pad, but it was actually a room underneath. So when I took off the roof with the backhoe, I reached over and tapped on the cement top, and it was super fragile, so we just dropped the whole roof. So it's huge though. It's probably at least 20 by 40 between the 2 rooms, the one with the wood roof and the one with the cement top. So there's a lot of material in it. There's still food storage in it. It smelled awful when we exposed it to the open air. It's at least 8 feet deep.
At least. It's a massive hole.
And there's so much in it.
I just don't know how these old ladies had all this stuff, but...
So Kelly, on a side note, we've had plants started in our house getting ready for the season. And so she has been working on the greenhouse. And so I realized that what she was doing, there was still a ton of work to do. And I had left my wheelbarrow at home, so she was scooping the dirt with a bucket and packing it in and dumping it out. And so this morning I got up super early and came over here with the wheelbarrow and hauled a bunch of dirt in there because it needed some fresh dirt.
I think between the kids would fill the buckets up with dirt, or I'd scoop it, and then we had 2 buckets, and I just go and dump. So I think we got about 30 buckets full, and it barely made a dent. So he brought the wheelbarrow over, which was nice to get it filled up. But I want to work on the greenhouse because that's my escape, and so to get that finished and get our plants going, and then when I'm just overwhelmed with this house and just need a break, I can just go in the greenhouse and water everything, and it'll just kind of be my escape. So that's why I'm working on the greenhouse. It's out this window a little bit, but that's why I'm working on it now, because I want it done. So we just got gravel delivered today to put down, so that will be nice. I'm kind of excited.
I would say probably the last thing before we go, we got the water turned on, and it was awful. They'd opened all the valves to drain the house. So when I turned the water on at the meter, I turned it just a little bit, and the meter was just rolling and rolling and rolling. So I turned it off until just a little trickle. And then I went in the house and looked, and there's one room where the main water valve is, and the water heaters, and all the valves are.
It's a mess.
So we'll take a picture and show you right here. There are at least 15 valves. And
shut off valves.
And they are the main valve to the water supply to the house. There are 3 floors, so there are
3 bathrooms.
There are 3 or 4 valves between the hot and the cold for each floor. And then there's the drain valve for the whole system. Then there's the drain valve for the water heater that they build in. Then there's the drain valve that's already built into a water heater. So it was a nightmare getting the water to shut off, and we eventually just shut it back off at the meter because the valves are all old, and the sink and the old washer connections were leaking, which were turned off, but they leaked.
They leaked still.
So
I made the executive decision. We're just going to replace all of the plumbing.
All the drains look good. The drains are all tight. They're plastic. They're not galvanized. They're not cast iron. But the old copper tubing needs to be removed. We're going to PEX everything. We might have to take down a couple walls worth of sheetrock to get all the piping through. But it's going to happen. We're not going to deal with leaks. That's the last thing we're going to... We don't want leaks in the house. So it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, since there's no water, kids are going outside in the bathroom.
Yes, Hunter has learned how to pee.
Outside.
He's not potty trained, but he'll tell you when he needs to pee because he gets to pee out in the dirt.
We found an old bucket, and Brinley totally took a dump in the bucket. So those are the highlights of our week.
Twice. She took 2 separate dumps in a bucket. And she tried to pee outside by herself, which we would commend her for, but she peed all over her pants. Poor thing.
Yeah.
She's trying so hard.
But we're making it work, and we're tired, but we're going. We're still going. So can't wait to show you guys what we do next week. A little bit more cleaning out. Yeah, it's madness. But if anything, after this, I think we'll be minimalists, and everything will be neatly organized and labeled. But
those of you who have continued to stop by and say hey, or drove by just to check out our progress, thank you. We don't feel like you're intruding. Feel free to come by.
You can be nosy.
If you don't want to stop and say hey, that's fine. But continue to watch the videos. If you want to see an inside look and feel like you might be holding up progress, if you want to come over, that's why we're trying to do the videos, to give you guys a look, and you don't have to take time from your day or feel like you're taking time from us. So thanks again. Keep watching.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. Massive hole